Yes, it's an unusual story if you look at it from the first moment. It's a story about not about Tsar Saltan, but about his son, and this boy. He wants to know his family, who is his father. He lives in an unusual situation, but very common, I think now. He lives only with his mother, and only they understand each other. He is very special one. He is autistic, but he has extremely rich imagination. He lives among the fairy tales that his mother always told him. And at some moment he tried to understand what happens, where is father, why we live alone. He started to asking questions, and his mother tries to make a big effort to explain him the situation, but it's not possible to explain it as it was in real life. He will not understand. So she tries to explain it as a fairy tale. Yes, absolutely. And they had always to be actors, because for my opinion, first of all, opera theater, it's a theater. It can be musical theater, drama theater, but still the word theater still remains. And even if we look to the past, to the golden age when Mario del Monaco, Maria Callas, Tito Gobbi was performing on stages, they were incredible actors. So for me, of course, this production is very special. Maybe the most special production that I have ever done. I should act the entire opera on stage, but I don't feel tired. I always wanted to be. When I was a little boy and I looked from the audience to the theater, I always wanted to be like invisible ghost, for example, or like in Harry Potter when you put something on you or invisible hat, and I was imagining myself like I'm staying on stage and observing everyone, but no one can see me. So in first act, I do exactly this thing, and I like it very much. And yes, and then I should sing. But music and vocal line of Rimsky-Korsakov is so melodical, and it's a big pleasure to sing it. So I don't feel any stress and uncomfortables concerning acting too long and then started to sing. And I enjoy the entire moment, entire opera. In the career, it goes, I don't know how it goes. We always plan projects in many years ahead. But of course, after this production is very special, and sometimes and quite often I meet some people who told me, oh, I saw a performance or a recording of this production, and they share with me very warm-hearted feelings, and it warms me as well. It was 4 years ago. I don't feel so much difference yet. And recently we did this production in Strasbourg. So I feel like this is a production that accompanies me always, last few years. Let's see how it will be in future, but of course I understand it's a very special production, and it's difficult to replace someone. Even the set, the drawings written from our view, from us. I don't know. Anyway, inside I feel the same like I was 4 years ago, and I will try to deliver the same feelings. Oh, no one knows. And I stopped to ask this question to myself already maybe 5 years ago. It's very important to find your Fach, your kind of type of your of mind repertory, and then follow it. And then let's see how the voice will change. But I'm not hurry at all. I don't have. I was always asked, what is my dream role? And maybe I would answer like Faust or Romeo or something else. But I never expected that I will have such a production like this, the Tsar of Tsar Saltan. Now I can, the Tale of Tsar Saltan. And And I would say this is my dream role. I would never imagine about it, but this production, this is a role that I was always happy to do, and I dream that some more interesting production like this will come to me, and I will be happy to perform in these productions. I have different view for my work, not only about the musical part of the role, but of course it can be very interesting and also it can be very boring, the same role to perform. So it should be combination of all who involved to the staging and to music. I always very often perform young poets, boys. Here is I'm a child. But it's also so-called child, because here I think he can be even older. But this boy feels him as a child. He grew up in a close world, only living with his mother. So they can even not compare. He always can think about this, about family, about situation in 15 years or even in 30 years. He will, I think, always remain the same person. It just happens on the first rehearsal, but also before I saw Svetlana in incredible production, the legend about invisible city Kitish. I don't know how to correctly say it in English. It's also another Rimsky-Korsakov's opera where Svetlana Aksyonova sang the leading role. And not only sang that, she lived it. And I was so impressed when I watched the recording of this production. And I wrote to her a few years before our production, expressed my feelings and wanted to thank her. She's so warm-hearted person, very sensible, so it's very easy to find connection with her. She's very open, so I'm very happy that after seeing her in that incredible production, I could do something together as well.